stuff going out there with your vibrational levels and rising them and stuff like that.
You know what? It's funny because I hear all that stuff too, and hearing the way that particular group talks about it drives me crazy. Because I think they don't understand that a lot of what they say actually is pretty on target, but it's just they need to think. I think about the way they approach people because it just sounds too out there for most people to get, which is a shame because a lot of it's true. But yeah, it's a interesting deal after a close encounter I had. It was the one a week ago where I drove up into the middle of the woods and heard the noise. I don't know if you get this too, but I get this information that just spills out of me. I've made a couple videos on it, but it's information on the fourth and fifth dimension and physics stuff, and I have no training on that stuff whatsoever. But what's amazing is when I go check it out afterwards, it lines up with all the studies that have been done on it. But do you have any experiences like that at all, where you just have this knowledge that it doesn't have any good reason for being there, or is that something foreign to you?
Yeah, no, I haven't learned how to build anti-gravitational devices or anything all of a sudden, nothing like that.
See, that's the funny thing is I get it, and I just, it's such a weird position to be in because I have no clue what to do with it or even where I would go if I knew how to, but so I put a video on YouTube, which seems like I wish there was a better place to go with that information than that, but, you know.
That's the most, widely, spread around the world place to post anything. You know, it does have its flaws and everything, but you're not going to reach a wider audience than that.
It really is, and it is a great place to put stuff. It's funny because I wasn't on it before I started doing this stuff, but yeah, it's a great place to go, and well, I sure enjoy it over TV anymore. You know.
Yeah, me too.
But so
yes,
well.
Sir.
I guess I'll close with this. Let me get your thoughts on, I get a lot of people concerned about their intentions. And I always try to tell people it's just like everything. There's good and bad, you know, to think that everything that isn't from this earth is bad is just ridiculous to me. It kind of implies that what's going on here is good too, which I think is kind of silly. But what are from everything you've been able to gather, what do you think their intentions are, at least the ones that you've seen? Are they good, bad, just watching?
Well, I get the impression that there must be some sort of, maybe interdimensional beings, and they can zip on in and out of here. I'm not sure if they're related to the thing, online that do you wish that we should show up? I don't know if you've...
I haven't seen that. What is that?
Just Google that. Do you wish that we should show up?
Okay.
There's videos called Allies of Humanity. Somebody that got some channeling messages, but that message says that there's several different alien races and they're all vying for the resources on Earth. That Ed Grimsley has seen, wars in space. There's other people, including that guy in North Carolina, and that kid that lives here that is coming out with me now that he's bitten by the bug. He's seen dogfighting type things in the sky. It seems like somebody's doing some fighting, and it seems to be over Earth. And I'm not sure which these guys belong to. So perhaps they're not sightseeing. Perhaps they're patrolling to keep whoever they're fighting with out. Maybe they're just protecting, like we protect Africa, the safari region, from poachers. Maybe they're protecting us like that.
I strongly believe there's a large group of different species from a lot of places doing that, or that's what they indicate to me anyway. And that and it's because of the 2012 stuff that it's just a major time of change, and they're here. In reality, we're close to getting much further away from our planet, so it benefits every being out there that wants good in the universe to come help us make that transition and be good, not bad. So I think that's largely what it's all about. But
we might be just a way station also for them to gather more supplies to travel somewhere else.
I strongly believe that's the case too. There's a few things here they use. Water actually is something that they use and take to other places.
They could stop by, do a little meet and greet, say hey.
Yeah, exactly. Do something
down there, we wave at the animals on safari. We don't ask permission to go there, and
that's right.
walk up on them and tag them, drug them, tag them, and all that. We don't ask permission, and we're lower life forms, I'm sure, to them, whoever they are. They could be from our future, who knows?
We absolutely are, and it's, the whole future thing, I think we all have a common ancestor somewhere along the line, and my personal belief is that's how we got here, is that, at some point, I believe in creationism and evolution, and I think they dropped us off and we've sort of adapted to our planet, and clearly there's times in histories where they've made major sightings, and I think we're headed to we're in another one. I mean, if you watch your videos and mine, and it's pretty obvious. It's just a lot of people seem
the sudden appearance of Cro-Magnon man, when they come from Neanderthal, if you compare all the skulls, there's just a sudden change there, and it just looks too sudden.
Oh, absolutely it is. And the only other viable theory is that we were, climbed out of the slime, which I don't believe whatsoever, so.
Oh, part of us might have climbed out of the slime.
I've met a couple people, actually.
Yeah. I got a little encouraging thing here in the mail. Carnegie Mellon has a science center down in Pittsburgh, the Carnegie Science Center, and they have camps for kids. And it has summer science camps, a little brochure I got in the mail. And when I opened it up, right in the middle, for ages 8 through 9, they have a UFO camp.
No kidding.
Yes.
Wow, I would have been really into that at 8 and 9.
Oh, yeah. It says, have you ever seen a UFO? Discover the truth behind these mystifying objects, learn to navigate the night sky, and even build your own telescope to take home.
Very cool. Are they going to bring them over to your house, or?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm going to call down there and see who's running that program. I think maybe they should come out if it's come out for a sky night.
Absolutely, that'd be a place to go. Heck, send them my way if anybody's doing that close. That'd be fun to take a bunch of 8-year-olds up.
Or at least who's running it needs to come here and get to see some for themselves. So.
Exactly. Well, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, well, great.
So there is hope, I think, with all the UFO, there's even kid movies with aliens in them now. So maybe they're trying to get kids conditioned to it, because they have to be knowing that there's an increase in all the sighting numbers, the government and all that. And hopefully they're preparing their response to how they're going to handle all the people. They're obviously going to be freaked out about it.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing too. And for anybody who's watching closely, you can see it's funny. Everybody talks about this disclosure thing like it's going to happen one day, but they're certainly starting to release a lot of reports saying, "Oh, hey, look, we found 3 super Earths. Like we've been looking for years, and we found 3 this week." Yeah, right. And the UK released a whole bunch of reports recently, and I fully anticipate that'll continue that way. And it'll be interesting to see how people respond. It really will.
Yeah. Now, the stories like that you have to tell is the most unnerving to the majority of the public.
They are. It's and I kind of was laughing the other day, thinking with disclosure coming and all that, what an interesting position I put myself in. But yeah, and it's unnerving to me. It has been too. Like I said, it changed my entire life. But I found the only reason for that was that just because I was living in a reality beforehand that just wasn't anywhere near accurate. And changing your reality is always a very difficult process. So, I anticipate quite a few people having problems with it. But all in all, it's while it's been scary what I've gone through, I stand by and say I'm happier today than I was, a year or 2 years ago when I had all the material things that I thought I wanted. I have nearly nothing now, but, I'm genuinely happier and, enjoy what I do every day too. So,
I think that has to be the biggest change, that a lot of things that used to matter to me just doesn't seem to matter that much anymore.